Yeah, right now it's kind of an either-or deal. And that's kind of how I rotated them all spring, even through A-Day and every other scrimmage. I think the first scrimmage, I think they guessed my birthday, and the one that was closest started, And so I think that was, I believe it was Kyle, and then, Jonathan started the second one, so that's why Kyle started third, and we just rotated. And that was the way it was in practice. There was no rhyme or reason. They got equal reps throughout all spring. They both stayed healthy. Their arms are in good shape. So the positive is they've gotten a lot of reps, and they got so much better from day one till now, but there's still a long way to go, and they know that. And so the key is from them on their own, how bad do they want it from now until August, because we don't get to work with them. How much work are they willing to put in to take that next jump before we get back together?
On Friday, you talked about dealing with the ups and downs, which is scrimmages, kind of that simulation. Jonathan's first snap is a turnover.
Yeah.
What did you see out of him? And also Kyle's, I think, was a 3-and-out.
Yeah, that's what I alluded to at the beginning. Kyle, they go 3-and-out. Okay, so we don't do anything. And then, it wasn't Jonathan's fault. We never even gotten in the cadence. So the defense was barking, and just the ball got snapped. And that can't happen. But nevertheless, you're the quarterback. You're the one in there. And so that was what I was most proud of. Did we execute flawlessly? No way. Could we have been much better? You bet. And that's what our goal is, and that's what their goal is. But both quarterbacks and as a whole our offense, I felt like when things were bad early, what's the natural tendency to do, especially with the most recent history? So, okay, here we go again, and quit. And not one guy quit to a man, not either one of those quarterbacks quit. They pressed on, they found a way to lead some drives, go score some points, get some first downs, and battled. And that's the first step. The X's and O's, the quality execution every time will come. That's why we practice. That's part of the process. But that's the thing I was the most proud of, was the intangible part of that. We pushed through those adverse situations. Because it started bad in front of 80,000 people. It's real easy to kind of tank it, and they didn't.
There was one sequence there in the first quarter with Jonathan that had to be particularly frustrating for you when you look back at it. And 3rd and 6, taking a delay of game. I know it's a spring game and it's tough, but 3rd and 6, you take a delay of game, and then 3rd and 11, he throws that pick. Yeah. When you went back to, first, what were you thinking when you saw it live? And second, when you got back to look at it again, what were you thinking of those two plays?
Well, there's two things that go that. The delay game was on me, and there's just no doubt about that. I'm going to take that one. It wasn't on them. We got in a situation where we were calling a play. The defense was checking with us. I got in a check match. You can't do that. And I ran out of time. So that's on me. That's not on anybody but me. So I put our team in a disadvantage, and we tell her, hey, we're always going to point out what they need to get better and what they do wrong, and hold them accountable, hold myself accountable. That was on me. But then we do put ourselves in a 3rd and 11, and that is what it is. We got to execute. And I'm not going to tell you what I thought when it happened. I wasn't real happy, But in looking back, it was bad. It was the wrong read. He knew where to go with the football. He looked where to go and didn't do it, and then just flashed and made a careless error with the football. And that's the things that, when you look at 115 snaps between the quarterbacks, they had one turnover. That's not bad when you really think about it. At the same time, those are the ones we can't have. Sometimes they're going to make a great play, or we're going to, get a ball tipped, or not. But when it's just careless like that, we can't do that. That'll get us beat, and they know that, and so that's just what we got to keep working through.
How do you expect your quarterbacks to react going forward, knowing that there's not a starter that's been named after the spring?
Well, I expect both of them to attack it. I expect both of them to think that, hey, the competition's still on, it's a challenge, and I hope that makes them work even harder. I mean, sure, people would want to know what's going on, this or that. I know y'all want to know, they want to know, but that's just not where we're at right now. That's not what we need to be doing. It's good for those guys to keep pushing each other, and the thing I've been real proud about, they root for each other in practice, and so they're good friends, they're close, but competition makes everybody better. Everybody, not only them, it's going to make the whole team better. And we got still a lot of competition going on everywhere. And hey, even when you do, once we get out of spring and you set it too deep, it's a preliminary too deep. You go into August, that thing can change in a heartbeat too. But I expect them to continue to attack the challenge and try to get better and win the job.
Russ, what you guys see from the offense this morning when you went live with the defense?
You know what? They bounced around good. I mean, a lot of times after a spring game, most people are done. And so coming out there early, I thought we got something out of it. We tried to we didn't put anything new in. It was a cleanup day all the way. I thought we fixed some errors that we made in the scrimmage. I thought they were attentive and paying attention to those details. And, still fairly physical. It was the last time really banging with the defense, and I thought they did some good things. I mean, without looking at the film, of course.
How about the improvement of the wide receivers from day one to kind of the end of spring? What did you see out of those guys?
I thought they got much better. Night and day, I mean, you look at, and they're not there yet. They got a long way to go. We got a long way to go, and that's not coach speak, that's the truth. But, you look at Sammy Coates, made some plays the other day, took some shots. If he'll just keep coming, he's got a chance. And you hesitate to say anything because you want him to keep working. We anticipate that group elevating their level. But he did some nice things. You see that Ricardo, just the more reps he gets and the more, used to just our tempo and the conditioning of that, I think the better he'll be. But getting him the ball and getting him touches is a thing that you'd like to do. Jalen was solid. Fans didn't see it, but he made probably the catch of the spring in the second scrimmage for a touchdown. I know he didn't have one in the A-Day game, but he was solid and steady for us. Quan Bray, Trevon Reed, we got a bunch of guys that are all just kind of there right now, and they're getting better, and they're just kind of in a pack. And much like the quarterback's got a big jump to make on their own this summer, those guys got to now take it to the next level. And somebody, 1, 2, 3 of those guys got to step up and decide they want to be elite SEC receivers. They've got the talent. They're heading in the right direction. I think we gained some confidence. We're not there yet. We got to get some guys who raise their level even much more than they think they can. And that's what's our job is. That's what coaching is taking players to a place they can't reach on their own. And so that's what we're going to try to do.
What did you see out of Trey?
It was good to get him back out there. You can tell he probably wasn't 100%, but I mean, it's nothing.